Hey guys, LevelCap here and welcome to This Week in Gaming. In a Reddit post this Friday, DICE outlined the major changes and additions coming with the December 4th patch for Battlefield 5. Many weapon balance changes, bug fixes, and more will be included to improve the overall gameplay experience. Along with that comes the new vehicle-focused Panzerstorm map, single-player campaign called The Last Tiger, and the practice range. 2 days later, on the 6th, DICE will initiate their Tides of War mission system for new cosmetics and weapons for their first chapter. Also, a back-end fix was applied that should unlock broken weapons for players. Previously, if you unlocked a new weapon during a round, but then left the game before the round was over, the weapon could become inaccessible permanently. This should now be working as intended, along with another back-end fix regarding company coin. Players who reached rank 50 would stop earning company coin from the experience they gained, so they had no way of unlocking additional specializations aside from the daily assignments. Now players should be able to earn company coin from ranking up past 50, but it's not clear yet if DICE will be able to retroactively reward players who have been playing at rank 50 for a while. If you want a more in-depth breakdown of the big changes coming in the December 4th patch, check out the video I launched yesterday. Also, if you're still on the fence about Battlefield 5, EA is now offering a 7-day free trial to Origin Access Basic, which will let you play the game for 10 hours. To get this, you need to send a direct message to the EA Help Twitter account with the TryBFV hashtag, and they'll hook you up. The United States Federal Trade Commission, aka the FTC, has agreed to investigate loot boxes. In a hearing on Tuesday, Senator Maggie Hassan asked the FTC to look further into video game loot box sales, which is expected to become a $50 billion industry by the year 2022. Belgium, the Netherlands, Japan, and other countries have already made movements towards regulation of loot boxes, which bear very close resemblance to gambling practices. The Entertainment Software Ratings Board, ESRB, has so far taken a stance that loot boxes in video games are not gambling, and classifying them as so would limit the video game industry from experimenting with new business models. It's unclear what decision the FTC will come to with regards to loot boxes in video games, but the ramifications could be massive. Because of their effectiveness, and some would argue addictiveness, at generating sales, a huge percentage of game developers have integrated loot boxes into their games, and for many it's become the backbone of how they make money. Games from Overwatch to FIFA or your average mobile game would have to greatly consider redesigning their revenue models if the FTC decides to regulate loot boxes. You don't have to look far to find stories of people who have put themselves into serious financial trouble because of their addiction to loot box mechanics. What do you guys think? Should these systems be government regulated, or is this cause for concern being blown out of proportions? Battalion 1944 developers still don't have a console version of their World War II tactical shooter, and many of their Kickstarter backers are now asking for a refund. Back in February of 2016, a Bulkhead developer wrote that the game was fully in development for Steam, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Now, almost 3 years later, the game is nearing a full release on Steam with little to basically no news from the dev team regarding the console platform. Eurogamer reached out to the developers for comment and received a few clarifications and apologies. Ultimately, what was communicated was that Bulkhead had set their goals a bit too ambitious to meet their original timeframes, and their plan was to always release the PC version first and the console afterwards. It's just taking them a lot longer than they wanted. They have no plans of offering refunds at this time. Considering that the game is puttering along with a Steam peak player count of around 22 players in its early access form, I think fans are right to be a bit concerned about the development and success of this title, and whether or not a console version will ever come around. What do you guys think? Is it realistic for people to expect a refund from a crowdfunded project, or is that just the nature of the crowdfunding system these days? The new Star Wars Battlefront 2 Battle of Geonosis DLC has dropped, and it looks pretty darn cool, at least from a fanboy's perspective. Included with the DLC is a new galactic assault mission on the planet of Geonosis. New vehicles including the STAP Bark Speeder, and the ATTE. Obi-Wan Kenobi is now playable as a new hero class and comes with 3 abilities: All-Out Push, Defensive Rush, and Restricted Mind Trick. One alternative appearance is also available to unlock. More Clone Trooper appearances are now also available, like the 212th Attack Battalion design, plus a new Shattered Armor appearance for General Grievous. There's also been a significant balance pass to many weapons, classes, heroes, and more, bug fixes, and overall refinements as well. On Tuesday, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online launched in beta. It comes with a new story to play and the ability to run missions with friends or fight them in the open world experience. There's also normal multiplayer modes like Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, and some horse racing to boot. It even comes with its own Battle Royale mode called Make It Count. This game mode lets players spawn in with a bow and arrows, or there's another one that lets you spawn in with throwing knives, and also I think a melee knife for close quarter combat. Instead of looting up for better weapons, you're stuck with what you got, and the weapons encourage close range combat. The game mode certainly won't become one of the top contenders for most entertaining Battle Royale experience, especially not when it comes to watching it on Twitch compared to Blackout or Fortnite, but it is just one of the many multiplayer modes offered. Speaking of Blackout, one of the most commonly requested features in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is the ability to use custom weapon camos in the Blackout game mode. On Tuesday, the studio director David Vonderhaar confirmed that they were working on it right now. Player customization with skin unlocks has already been possible, but it's not something that you can admire from the first-person perspective while you're playing. So custom weapon skins will go a long way toward creating some more meaningful progression for the Blackout addicts. Anthem's closed alpha is starting on Saturday, December 8th, and it goes until December 9th. Those who have pre-ordered the game will not be automatically accepted into the closed alpha and must register at the closed alpha registration website. Also, the gameplay will be under strict NDA, so don't expect any gameplay videos from my end. The system requirements have also been listed. They are as follows: Windows 10 for an operating system, Core i5 3570 or an FX 6359 CPU, 8 GB of RAM, a GTX 970 or an R9 390 video card. Considering the game's absolutely insane visuals, this really doesn't seem like too steep of a system requirement overall. CCP, the creators of EVE Online, have been working on another one of their attempts for creating an FPS that exists within the EVE universe, or rather the EVE lore. It's called Project Nova, and it was set to go into a closed alpha recently, but has since been put on hold. Steve Messner from PC Gamer got some hands-on time with the build and called the game boring and unambitious. CCP stated that they have been conducting multiple player research sessions and have come to the conclusion that the game does not live up to their vision, so they are taking it back to the drawing board. Sadly, this means we probably won't be seeing an alpha anytime soon, but it does sound like the devs are willing to make some drastic changes to make the game actually fun. I do actually find it kind of funny that the developers of EVE are having trouble making a game less boring. If anybody's played EVE Online, oh my god, is it slow-paced. Walmart Canada seems to have leaked the release date for the Death Stranding game, which would be coming in June. As most leaks like this occur, the game was listed on the Walmart Canada website with a ship date of June, and then when questioned on it on Twitter, Walmart Canada actually responded that the game was a pre-order and that it was going to ship in June. And so I think this was somebody on social media that didn't realize that this was super NDA information, but it seems like that's probably when Death Stranding's coming. Now, if you don't know what Death Stranding is, you gotta watch that trailer because it is some mind-bending Norman Reedus baby in jar trippy craziness, and check it out. Fortnite's account merger feature has been delayed until next year. If you were playing Fortnite on, say, the PlayStation 4 and you wanted to play on the Switch, you basically had to make a new Epic Games account, and you would not have any of your V-Bucks or cosmetic items transferred over. Epic is trying to remedy this situation so that you can transfer your cosmetic and V-Bucks between console platforms. The feature has just been delayed until sometime in 2019. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's episode of This Week in Gaming. As always, let me know which article you thought was the most interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.